Danny, can I give you the rundown on a movie I was not necessarily forced to watch this week, but
You're definitely going to want that on record that you were forced to watch it.
I was invited to a movie, and the Egyptian theater here in LA does something known as Bleak Week every single week, or every single year, where they have like 1 week out of the year. Every week is Bleak week at the Egyptian. They're like,
they need new management.
Remember the 50s? Oh, we were bigger than El Capitan. Anyways, every single year they do a week of movies called Bleak Week, where they show for a week straight incredibly bleak movies. So one of my close buddies, Kyle, who works at Sony, and he's very into cinematography. The study of filmography.
Mise en scène.
Mise en scène. You need the 1/3 rule. Never put somebody in the center of the
Never
camera.
put somebody in the center.
Never in the center. It's not an interesting shot.
Never break the 180.
Everything needs to be filmed for IMAX. I don't know. I'm fucking just saying words that people have said to me living in LA for 4 years. Anyways, I went to this thing called Bleak Week, and we saw a movie called Happiness. And Happiness, I had never heard of. I'd never seen it. I had no idea what Happiness was. And
It's from 1998, apparently.
Kyle told me to go into it with as little information as possible. All he said was it ruined the career of every single person who was in it. And I was like,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
except for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Except for the very famous guy.
Who in this movie is a man who goes through the phone book, and this is he is one of the tamer characters in the story. He goes through the phone book, and then if a man picks up, he hangs up. But if a woman picks up, he goes, "What are you wearing right now? Tell me what your panties, your color you are." And then he jerks off. And then you watch Philip Seymour Hoffman jerk off. And then you watch Philip Seymour Hoffman come on a wall. And then you watch him take a sticky note. Well, it's not a sticky note until he uses it. But then he takes a note. And then he puts it on to cover up his cum on the wall. And he's one of the more, let's say, calm characters. He ends up in love. He ends up in a relationship at the end of the story. And the entire story is just about like how difficult it is to fall in love and to find happiness and to maintain love. That
Nick,
kind of
we're
thing.
3 minutes into the podcast. You didn't want to save this for deeper in when everyone puts their child to bed.
You told me do a cold opening here. I'm coldly
this
opening.
This is an ice cold Lyoko.
Anyways, so I'm in there. I'm sitting in a packed theater, mind you. Packed theater. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this movie before. Everyone's laughing. It's fucking absurd. And there's the main character of the story is he's a psychiatrist. He's a mind doctor. And I recognized the guy. But I don't know his name because he stopped acting pretty much after 1998 on account of the fact that he got this role and it absolutely ruined him.
Right.
What is his name?
Dylan Baker's in it. He's gone on to do other stuff. He's a fucking...
Dylan Baker is his name.
Oh.
Dylan Baker plays a man in this movie called...
Isn't he in Spider-Man?
Is he?
Isn't he Dr. Connors in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Simply maybe. I don't know. But anyways, Dylan Baker plays a man by the name of Bill Maplewood. And Bill Maplewood is a psychiatrist with a son. However, the problem is Bill Maplewood is an acting pedophile.
Oh no.
Yeah, not great.
Rats.
And so anyways, there you know like in movies when there's like this moment where it's like and you see like a slow motion as somebody falls in love with somebody for the first time. They do that, but it's Bill Maplewood staring at a child.
Whoa.
The 11-year-old friend of one of his sons, like,
whoa.
Yeah, one of his sons. So it's like he's going up to play baseball, and the father's like talking to Billy. He's like, "You're a psychiatrist, right? I think my son might be a queer." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Well, he doesn't talk about girls or anything like that. I'm thinking I'm bringing a professional." And he's like, "A what?" And he's like, "A hooker." And he was like, "He's 12." Bill Maplewood is like, "He's 12." And the father's like, "You're right. It's too late." And I that got an audible laugh out of me. That was a very funny line. Anyways, and then it happens. So Bill Maplewood and his son and the boy he's in love with all have a sleepover at Bill's house. And then he drugs the boy.
Whoa.
And then he sexually assaults him.
When I looked this up, it said this was a 1998 comedy.
It is, Danny. The problem is, it's kind of funny.
Whoa.
Yeah, like it is the most. You watch the movie, people like the natural response is like people will be like, they couldn't make this today. They couldn't make it in 1998.
They shouldn't have made it in 1998.
It gets eventually revealed to everybody that Bill Maplewood is a pedophile, and people are writing like pedophile on his house. And there is one of the most fucked up, macabre, but you try to stifle the laugh, but you simply can't. Where his son's crying because he's finding out like what his dad did, and he's like, "Would you would you have had sex with me? And Bill Maplewood looks him in the eyes with tears in his eyes, and he goes, no, I just would have jerked off. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck am I watching? Oh, dude, it was so...
What a hostage situation you were put
It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. It was like, it's like a dark comedy, but it's like, because for some reason Dylan Baker decided to take the role as an acting pedophile, psychiatric person who was like, got a ton of work in the 90s and just bombed his career.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That checks out for sure.
So I knew nothing about this movie going in, and I'm just like sitting there like white knuckling with like 200 powerful elites in LA as they're all laughing at the pedophile jokes, and I'm like, holy shit, what have I walked into? The cast and crew was there as well. The director was there.
What?
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, I made this movie.
Like, I'm proud of this.
He was like, I made this movie, and it's a cult classic now, and I'm not allowed to direct anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's probably for the best, it seems.
It is the wildest movie I've ever watched.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so shout out to Bleak Week in the Egyptian, I guess. It was fucking bleak.
Week.
Yeah. So if you've seen Happiness, I guess you know what I'm talking about there.
Let's see what the chat's saying.
Yeah, let's see what they're up to.
Here, let me see. Up. Lost it.
I've never known.
We're canceled. I've been removed from Discord.
Oh, good.
Let me see. I'm crying having to listen to this cold open.
I'm sorry. I had to watch it, so you have to hear about it. That's the way it works.
I wouldn't be able to sit still in that theater. You'd be doing a little Irish jig.
Just do a little shuffle.
I love knowing that every now and then we do dance on this podcast.
100%.
And I never am actively thinking about the fact that this is an audio specific medium. So I love the idea. I love the idea that my brain starts slowing down for a second. I love the idea that like you're just driving in your car listening, and then there are multiple occasions where you or I are like, yeah, and then you're just like,
dude, we're like bees communicating. We could be bees.
We can be bees.
Except we can dance to communicate, because that's how bees communicate.
I never should have shown you that. This is worse than The Sheen.
It's simply better than The Sheen.
You love. This is good news.
This is good news, because we have a lot of good news in our life, Dan.
We do have a lot of good news.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's not a lot of moments where I can fucking yell about Jimmy helping me in my day-to-day life, but I do have good news fairly occasionally.
I was hoping he would talk about Sinners. We talked about Sinners when it was a little more relevant a few weeks ago.
Sinners.
You gotta see Sinners.
Me and Danny are going to see a movie after this. We're probably going to hit B-dubskis and go see a movie.
This one person goes, Danny looks like BuzzFeed the Human.
Ooh, that is spot on.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, dude. We could be bees. BuzzFeed is just a different way to say bee food.
Danny looking like a safety man, Ken.
Ooh, another spot on analysis here. You're getting
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
No, Danny, get out of the chat. Get out of the chat. I have to introduce what we're doing this week. Danny, I have to introduce what we're doing this week.
Don't get flamboyant on me.
I'm so excited, Danny.
You're like a child learning to swim for the first time.
You mean sinking is what I'm doing. You ever seen the videos of people throw their babies in a pool? You know, babies will just they just float on their own.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
That's how you like teach a baby to swim.
Yeah.
I've only seen those with people editing Randy Orton, hitting him with an RKO on the way down.
Fucking see you later, baby. Anyways,
watch out.
Big news for me and Danny this week because there is a lot going on in the world right now. We're on the precipice of World War III. There was the Army's birthday, the Army's 250th birthday, which all of 12 people showed up to. There was the No Kings protests,
which the rest of the country seemed to show up to.
Which the rest of the country seemed to show up to. And so me and Danny have a couple of fun games to play today that are tying into all of our events. And then we're also going to be talking about our 4 anime that we're keeping up with. We're talking about Fire Force's first episode of season 3. It's the first real episode of season 3. Vigilantes had a really good episode. To Be Hero X, fun episode. Windbreaker, fun episode. Got a lot to talk about this week. But first, before we get into any of those anime, we're going to be doing 2 games today.
We're doing 2 games.
This is good news.
These are 2 games.
These are 2 games. We're going to be doing Trump versus anime.
Trump versus anime?
Yep.
Trump or anime?
That is what it's called. So Trump versus anime, the description is Trump or anime. Hold up.
So I was right.
Well, I know, but the title on Discord was Trump versus anime. Trump or anime? Someone please help me think of a better name for this. Below are pairs of quotes from either Trump or anime. You have to correctly identify which quote was said by Trump and which quote comes from an anime character. You do not have to identify which anime the quote is from, nor the character who said it, as many of these come from random obscure anime. You just have to correctly identify which one Trump said. Answers are below. Scroll to find out. And then we're also going to be doing Worst Case Scenario, which is a game that Danny believes could become a real crutch of the Otakus Anonymous content pipeline.
Do it again.
What do you mean?
That was so hardly sentences.
What do you mean?
Which could be a real crush for this podcast.
Crutch.
Oh, I see. Crutch? Do we need it?
As in, sometimes it hosts things up here.
I said a main staple.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't think of the word that you said. Anyways, worst case scenario is what's the worst that could happen? Live action anime edition. So worst case scenario isn't necessarily dedicated to only live action movies.
Right.
We just want to think on topics and be like, what's the worst thing that could spin out of this topic?
It's also not competitive, I think. Yeah.
Nothing is competitive betwixt us.
Well, but I mean, it's not like a PvP game. It's like a PvPvE.
Yes. So apparently is a list, below is a list of 7 anime that both Nick and Danny have watched. And I proposed 3 terrible, but 3 within reason changes a studio might make to that anime if it were adapted into live action.
Yeah.
Your job is to decide which of these 3 you think is the worst case scenario for these adaptations. And of course, you can ad-lib your own worst case scenario and choose that one instead. So, because it was the Army's birthday and pseudo Trump's birthday, I think we do Trump or anime first.
Yeah. Do you want to do this the same way we've been doing it, where the stakes are Epic the Snoozicle, and I read them to you and you guess?
Okay, but what if I get them correctly?
Then nothing, as always.
But what if we added a couple of stakes because I keep winning, Danny?
Yeah, but I won't do the stakes.
What if the stakes is something you want to watch?
Here's the issue with stakes right now.
Yeah.
I have to watch all of Castlevania within 2 weeks already.
Why?
To debate you.
Oh.
And I should probably rewatch Arcane.
I wasn't thinking about doing either of those things.
I have to. I can't be debating why Castlevania is worse if I haven't seen it.
You know what sucks about this debate is that it is inherently not based in like actual like
anime.
No, it's not based in anime. That's fair, but it's like also not based in like, oh, I can know more than you. That is completely subjective opinions, and I have to make my subjective opinion more forthright than yours.
Yeah. Or kick my ass.
Or kick your ass. And I'm sorry, listen, for a long time, I was like, I'm just going to beat him in the debates. I'm going to go easy on him in the fight. The fact that we are not doing like a power scaling debate that I will have an advantage in, I'm going to have to punch you hard. I need you to know that.
You're going to have to try.
I'm going to have to try. You're right.
Well, I think that's what makes it a better debate because I feel like the most interesting debates are the ones that don't have objective. Yeah, because otherwise it's like, well, let's look it up. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's faster. Yeah. You know, like,
it's like, oh yeah, like fucking, Goku would beat Vegeta in a fight because he's done it multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. With this, there is a lot of leeway for opinion.
I got tons of them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to tell you one of my.
You should at least rewatch Arcane. That's why we should rewatch our opponent's show. Don't have to do season 2. At least do season 1. It's been a while for you.
Listen, all of my points are going to be, let's just say uninformed, but loudly spoken. All right? That's my current plan.
It's going to get to a point where you say some like horrible, shocking thing. And then I'm like, I got to beat him up.
I got to knock his fucking teeth out.
Yeah, like for my own PR.
No, my point is going to be Castlevania takes you to maybe play the game Castlevania. Nobody's ever killed themselves over Castlevania. Fun game, lovable game, multiple generations. But Arcane, League of Legends, deaths every day. Toxicity, mean, slurs, fucking anti-LGBTQ area spaces, all bad. League of Legends bad, therefore Arcane bad.
You sure you want to give me these, like, you know, peek behind the curtains?
Listen,
so I can build my argument against you already?
Once again, I'm just telling you, Danny, I'm going to punch you real hard. Danny, the fact that the debate is something I may or may not win means I got to hit you. That's just the way it works. Right. I've been backed into a corner here. I've begged you for months to not make this fight happen. The fight's happening. We have funding. We have a location. Sylvester Stallone's brother is judging the actual boxing. I have 5 fights. A guy named Knife
Bill
Face.
Vester Stallone?
A guy named Knife Face might be in our 6th fight. There's a lot going on. Okay. There's a lot going on, Dan. There's a lot.
I'll brush up on my trivia.
There's a lot of wheels being spun. But all right, let's get to Trump or anime.
All right. Today we're playing Trump or Anime, where Nick has to guess if the quote that I read is from Emperor Trunt himself or an anime character.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
I love Emperor Trunt as a phrase, not the man, of course.
Oh
but
yeah.
I love. We just in my house, my roommates walk around going, Emperor Trunt says.
Emperor. Oh.
What?
Well, there goes our wide.
Shmeeshmaw.
Shmeeshmaw.
All right. I already know this one, actually.
Okay, good.
Wait, where are the answers? Answers are below.
Are way at the bottom
I see.
to prevent spoilers.
Oh, I didn't know. I was wrong. He is far from my type of man. First, he seems to be of absolutely decent character.
Oh. Is there not two? There's only.
Oh, there's two.
Okay.
Why are there two?
Why? Wait. No. Hold up. What?
Why are there two?
Huh. Maybe the one is Trump and one is maybe one's Trump and one's anime.
Let me see. No.
No.
No, they're both the thing.
Okay. So they're okay. So they're just
Maybe. Hold on.
okay.
I wonder if there's two. So like, maybe you get more points if you get with one. I'll just read two. I'll read both because they're funny.
Okay. We could also just go one at a time and it can be anime, Trump, kind of thing.
Well, but each pair, like the first two, is either Trump or anime.
Gotcha.
And the second two is either Trump or anime.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to read this.
Okay.
He is far from my type of man. First, he seems to be of absolutely decent character.
Okay.
Here's the second quote. I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody. Would it help? Should I read all of these as Trump?
I one would love that. Two, man.
I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody.
Oh God! See now that I could never imagine Trump saying "I'll kiss the guys," but then again, like this is a decaying man, a 79-year-old decaying mentally man.
It's also the cadence.
Yeah, the cadence. It is the cadence, and I don't think Trump would ever have the self-awareness to say that he wouldn't hang out with a man because he's decent. But at the same time, I feel like that's the kind of slip up that he would make because it's like some level of Freudian slip where he's like, I only hang out with scumbags. It's like, we know that, but we're surprised that you would say it. And maybe 5 years ago, he wouldn't have. I'm going to go with, specifically because the second cadence sounds more Trumpian than the first one. Like, the first one's almost eloquently spoken. Like he's not my kind of man, like, if only because he's decent kind of thing. It's an eloquent thing to say, if also like a way to self-identify the fact that you are a dirtbag. So it just inherently doesn't feel like something that Trump would do. So give me the second one, even though I don't think that he would say we would kiss the guys.
So is this an anime or Trump?
The second one is anime. The first one is the second one is Trump. The first one is anime.
No, Nick.
What?
Every two quotes are going to be one or the other.
Oh!
Both of these are either Trump or both of these are anime.
Gotcha.
That's why it's weird there's two.
Oh.
So are both of these Trump or anime?
Shit. Now that confuses things. God damn it. I'm going to go with them both being anime then.
Okay.
Because earlier you said, oh, I know this. And then you said you didn't know it. And I feel like you're trying to convince me that it's Trump. So I'm going anime.
It is... Hey.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know, guys. Wait, hold on.
What is going on?
Oh, no, I was wrong.
What do you mean you were wrong?
They fooled me.
What
These
do you mean?
idiots. You were right originally. So the first one's anime, the second one's Trump.
Okay, so I was right.
You are right.
You're looking at the rules, Danny.
No, these fuckers.
Oh, yeah?
Sean Allen needs
King.
to fucking hand in his homework when it's finished.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come in and edit it mid-podcast. I look
he's
down.
in the fucking Google. He's in the Google Doc
He's in the
again?
Google Doc, and I see it go, Darkness from Konosuba, anime. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then under he goes, Trump. And I'm like, what? Anyway, the first one's from Konosuba, the second one's Trump.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly the kind of thing that Darkness would say. She doesn't like hanging out with these people. Actually, I remember her saying that.
Anyway, that was a disaster. Up next, I do not understand even one of those problems.
Love that. Good.
And then, the kidney has a very special place in the heart.
All right. That second one is 100% Trump.
Keep your phone down.
I was turning down the AC because I'm sweating.
Okay.
The second one is 100% Trump. The kidney has a very important place in the heart.
The kidney has a very important place in the heart.
In the heart. And let me tell you a thing about heart. Nobody had heart.
Nobody had heart before 2003.
And talking about kidneys.
And then in came Kamala, she gave everybody a heart. I said, we don't need it.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
I got good Marine vets waiting for a heart on the line right now from the VA.
We don't need a heart. I pump blood through my vas deferens like every other man, like every other horse. And let me tell you about horses.
They love ketamine. So does Elon. Dirty Elon.
Yeah. Anyway, the second one's Trump.
Yep.
I do not understand even one of those problems.
Is that Trump?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's gotcha. Sasuke.
Good. Oh, that's literally him from the episode I just watched. It's him trying to do the written test in episode 24.
It's like, I'm just not even close to
he's like staring down at it. He's like, I can't believe Naruto doesn't know any of these. Then he looks down and he's like, I also fucking know none of these.
So yeah, you were right. All right, number 3. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word. Or the ocean is so salty because everyone pees in it. Tight race.
God damn it, dude. Those are 2 really good ones. Don't ever use that word with me. Don't ever use smart. I could then follow him. Like, I could see Trump saying, I'm a genius, not smart. I'm beyond smart. There's no... Oh, man. Because
Could be a reprimand, too. Doesn't it sound like that? Like, don't use that word with me. Don't ever use that word smart.
Because here's the thing. There was a moment. Remember when he said, like, a bunch of batteries would sink into the ocean and then they would electrocute all the sharks? He doesn't understand the ocean.
Now, remember when he told people to drink bleach to cure COVID?
Yep. Yeah, that was cool. And then they settled on, like, horse fucking dewormer or something, whatever it was. Yeah, that was fun. I'm going to go with, simply because the peeing in the ocean one seems too stupid, I'm going to go with the first one. Don't use the word smart with me. That's Trump.
That's correct.
Let's fucking go.
The other one is Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
And you know what? Yeah. God damn it. That's exactly something that he would say.
Yeah. It was so much.
Also, it's salty because of whale cum. So get it together. 100%.
No.
Piss isn't salty. You ever had a fresh glass of piss in the morning? Not salty.
I can't engage in this dialogue.
I'm telling you right now. Whenever you have your piss break in the morning,
you have me in a real stalemate.
Yeah, I do, baby. And there's nothing worse than stale piss. Now that's salty.
Hi, I'm Nick Connor.
Drink your goddamn electrolytes. I can taste it in your piss.
I can taste it in your.
Please.
Every morning I wake up to a fresh glass of newly pissed piss.
You guys are treating your bodies like shit. I know. I can taste it.
Hey, pissers, piss your piss. Nick Connor's here, and I'm waiting at the mailbox every day for my new buckets of piss. Don't listen to the poop
man. All right, he's well funded, but he's wrong.
Oh man, we're back to our roots.
Yeah, we are.
It was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways.
That's gotta be Trump. That's the most Trumpian thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
When you read it like that, it sounds a little beautiful. It's like, it was the worst of days, it was the best of days.
Best of days, yeah.
I didn't know what or when, but I knew I'd know it when I knew it. Damn, you're crushing it, Sean Allen. You're just not crushing it in time.
Yeah. Hey, listen, they work best under pressure. I'm going to still go with the first one here.
Really?
I'm going to go with the first one here. The second one kind of made sense to me. The first one, he was like, it was vicious, it was gorgeous, it was ugly, it was beautiful. It's like, no.
Yeah, he's just buying time.
Yeah, you're literally just filibustering.
You're correct. That one's Trump. The other one's King Boomy.
I know my fucking Trunt, dog. I know my Trunt.
Trunt. Let me check him in chat real quick. Is Danny's mom here? More importantly, how proud is she right now? Weird one for me to read first. Average pod conversation. Big glass of piss in the morning. I forgot that's what we were talking about.
Yep.
I keep tuning in and out, and I'm scared to tune back in now. Yeah, this is a tough one to hop in and out of.
There's never been a good one to hop in and out of.
All right.
Who's King Boomy?
From Avatar.
Yeah.
Number 5. From the standpoint of water, it's tremendously big and tremendously wet.
Oh.
You heard that one before?
I haven't, but my goodness, is that Trunt.
And other countries that nobody's ever heard of, like Saxony and Bavaria and Pittsburgh.
What? Fuck! Those could both be Trunts. Oh my god.
Hey Nick, welcome to the game.
Oh my god. What is Saxony? What is Bavaria?
Saxony, Bavaria, and Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure that sounds like Fred Jones.
Bavaria is what we used to call Germany, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Oh,
That sounds like Fred.
That could be fucking Fred.
I'll tell you right now, none of these are Scooby.
Oh my God, the comedic timing on and Pittsburgh is so Fred. You're fucking okay. You're right, because that's way too funny to be Trump. He hasn't been funny in like 10 years. He used to be really funny.
Although he does say, from the perspective of water, it's very wet though.
Yes. Very big. That's as Trump as it gets. So I'm going for the first one, Trump.
All right, you're correct.
5 and 5, baby.
The other one's from Hatalia. I don't know.
No idea.
Did you see where blank wants to take me to the back of the barn? What? Did you see where blank wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that.
Okay.
And then, I'm the only one who can satisfy blank. I'm the only one in the world.
God damn it. These are great.
I like how they're like relevant to each other.
It's like both of the words are Elon. They're both Trump. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I'm the only one who can say. I don't think that Trump would talk about. No, he would. If he talk about like Kim Jong Un, he'd be like, "Oh, I could satisfy him. Like, I'll settle down the tyrant." Fuck. I'm gonna go first one's Trump.
You're right.
Let's fucking go.
You're 100%.
I know my emperor.
He was talking about Biden. Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me, he wants it. I love that. And then
he misses him so dearly.
Yeah. I'm the only one who can satisfy Victor. It's from Yuri on Ice.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that was from fucking Jace. You said Victor, and I was like, I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember the conversation ever getting that deep.
The right to violate the rights of the people belongs to the people.
Okay.
The right to violate the rights of the people belongs to the people.
Yeah.
I looked happy. I looked content. I looked like a very nice person, which in theory I am.
I'm going to go with the second one because I feel like that's like somebody was like, oh, Trump, you looked upset at a meeting or like you fell asleep in court or something. And he's like, oh, no, I was happy.
Yeah, you're right. The first one's like incredible writing.
Uh-huh.
The right to violate the rights of the people belongs to the people.
What's that from?
Fucking slaps. Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Oh, that's some fucking.
It's like 80s as hell.
That's some mech ass shit, dude. Legend of
that sounds like something that would be like tattooed on the pauldron of a Warhammer Space Marine.
Oh my God, it absolutely was. And you were absolutely right. It is 89 to 1997. 9 out of 10 on IMDb.
Dude, what is this? Legend of the Galactic. Let me look this up.
Various people, especially 2 rising commanders, cope with massive continual space conflict between 2 interstellar nations. 110 episodes. Holy shit.
Maybe I'll check this out because I really like that writing. I like the art style.
I mean, this is some, I told you, it's 80s ass mech shit, dude. They loved mechs. And this is before a classic space opera where 2 major empires fight between them, each having their own beliefs and ideals. On the Imperial side, we find Reinhardt von Lohengrin,
It's almost as ridiculous as Lelouch Van Lamperouge.
And it's always some fucking vaguely German shit.
Yeah.
A military genius and somehow different to the core, to the corrupt noble elite, which he tries to change. On the other side is the Free People's Coalition, is Wen Li, who joins the military to be a historian. This makes him a well-known tactician with a variety of knowledge of past military tactics. He's very driven and heroic, which makes him succeed at his own goals, essentially fighting against the corrupted democracy and his own country's government. The clash between the 2 main characters is addictive and somehow engaging, seeing how 2 different heroes with different ideals, power versus will, always strive to the same goal for the best of their people.
My God. Damn.
Crazy. I bet Richard knows this, dude.
Yeah, true. That is a Richard-ass
That's a Richard-ass show, dog.
Trash Taste says it's a must-watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they always talk about anime.
All right.
So I don't have to watch Epic the Snoozicle?
Wait, we have like 3 more.
What do you mean? I thought there was 7.
Yeah, there's 11.
There's 11?
Do you want to do the last?
That's 4.
You still don't have to watch Epic, but...
Yeah, I'm fucking set.
At least it's nice to look at women. At least it's nice to look at women in bathing suits.
Okay. That could be anime.
I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it.
That's gotta be Trump.
Yeah, that's the...
Oh, that's the grab by the pussy. That's the grab pussy one. Yeah.
That's Trump. The other one is so much tamer. From the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Of course.
Of course.
How could I forget?
Maybe no one in Russia or even the entire world wants me to win. Why don't we nuke them? We drop a bomb inside the eye of the hurricane and it disrupts it. I don't know if that's true about hurricanes.
I absolutely don't think that's true about hurricanes. I could imagine that being some fucking... Yeah. Who's talking about a hurricane and nukes in anime, though?
Who's talking about Russia in anime, though?
Victor or people from Yuri on Ice, maybe?
I swear to God, you are reading these ahead of time.
I'm not.
Next time, I'm going to have Stank.
I have my notes open.
I'm going to have Stank just send it to me.
I have my notes open. I haven't been reading them. I'm assuming the second one is Trump.
Well, you're correct.
I'm sorry. I know Trunt. What do you want from me here?
I think I am actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand. Or my strategy is to win before I start losing.
No, because that's the thing is like that second one actually makes sense. It's got to be the first one. I feel like Trump's always talking about him being humble.
Second one's Yami Yugi.
Yep, that's how I fucking, and you know what? God damn it. No, he's always losing. He's always losing.
He's always losing until he wins.
Exactly. He comes back. He's never in the lead.
It's a comeback king. You can blow up a pipeline. You can blow up the windmills. You know, the windmills. Boom, boom, boom. Mimicking windmilling sound. Bing. Mime shooting large gun. That's the end of that one. If the birds don't kill it first, the birds could kill it first. They kill so many birds. You look underneath some of those windmills, it's like a killing field. The birds. But you know, I'm just gonna spoiler. This is also Yami Yugi.
Okay. This is Yugi's grandfather.
But you know, Kaiba, that's what they were going. That's what they were going to. They were going to windmills. And you know, don't worry about when the windmill doesn't blow. I said, what happens when the wind doesn't blow? Well, then we have a problem. I know more about the wind than you do. Okay, good. And then the second quote.
Yeah, it's like with this card, I attack your life points directly. Fucking oh no, it's both Yugi.
The second quote. But why does the octopus have to fuck my ass? Which one's Trump?
It's the first one, but what's the second one from?
Some anime, probably. I love, you can blow up a pipeline, you can blow up the windmills. You know the windmills? Boom, boom, boom. Bing.
Bing.
That's the
big gun.
That's such an anime, like, gun sound, though. Mm-hmm. Everyone's usually like, yeah. No one's ever like, bing. Like, that's anime.
Yeah.
That's the end of that one. If the birds don't kill it first, the birds could kill it first. They kill so many birds. You look underneath some of those windmills, it's like a killing field, the birds.
Why are you worried about the birds?
Crazy
all right,
writing.
so I went 11-0,
Yeah,
which is absolutely
crushed it.
insane. Probably the best game I've ever done. So shout out to me, knowing Emperor Trunt. You know, it was just his birthday the other day. Mm-hmm. I'd be studied up on my Trunt lore, dog. So should we do worst case scenario here?
Sure. We're playing worst case scenario, where we look at a possible live action remake of an anime and try and come up with what the worst case scenario would possibly be.
Gotcha. And so we have 7 potential live action anime movies here to look at and what could possibly feasibly be done to them by studios. And we have to decide amongst those 3 options, what's the worst option.
All right, ready?
Yep.
So, Nick, what would be the worst case scenario in an Attack on Titan live action movie?
Okay.
A, they cut all the times Mikasa saved Eren's ass as a kid, keep the time Eren saved Mikasa from the kidnappers, and they rewrite their dynamic so that Mikasa is a helpless damsel in distress, constantly being saved by Eren. B, they kill off Armin in the first 10 minutes.
That's the best case. Hold up, time out. That's the best case scenario. 100%. If they do that, I'd stand up and clap.
And it's like,
what do you mean? Erwin gets to be the colossal titan? Cool. Fucking, he's just gonna punch the shit out of Eren. Things get figured out if Armin dies.
It's like Grizzly too. Like a Titan just like puts both of its fingers in his eyes and just like jaws
it goes
him.
right past Eren's mom, grabs Armin. I would literally give a round of applause. It'd be like the end of a Cannes movie.
Yeah, 7-minute standing ovation. Or C, they decide it's too much to show the Titans as nude, so all of the Titans are fully clothed and Titan Shifter's clothes grow to size with them when they transform.
Like the Hulk's jeans.
Now, the correct answer
is the
technically is the Mikasa one.
Yeah. But big clothes on big baby is like, it's like way worse.
Big clothes is so funny,
yeah.
Especially because they don't have genitals. Mm-hmm. I honestly.
Yeah. Like if they wanted to go for like a PG-13 rating for some reason, and they're like, well, we can't depict their genderless crotch areas.
Dude, them wearing clothes is so funny that I kind of have to be like, that's the worst case scenario.
I would think that would be the worst for the movie.
Yeah.
Because the second that people like, they'd be like, why is the Colossal Titan wearing fucking like Jinko jeans? They'd be like, yeah, we're done.
Well, it's funny because it's the worst case scenario if you're already an Attack on Titan fan.
Yeah.
Like if you've never seen it before, it's just like, all right, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Like the Mikasa thing is like, would set strong written female characters back.
Yeah.
So that's the worst case. But if the trailer comes out and the one that eats Aaron's mom is wearing a big old pair of overalls.
Yeah, or just like a huge flowing dress and shoes. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Do they grow with her? Like fucking high heels.
I love the idea that like, yeah, either the clothes grow or Aaron's naked. He Titan shifts and clothes grow from him.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like the fucking science behind the Hulk's genes.
Or it's like when Naruto transforms, how like the outfit is part of the Biju like Sage thing.
Yeah.
Like Aaron gets an outfit, like he's fusing.
That would be kind of sick.
All right.
I think the actual answer, it's got to be close. It would just be such a batshit crazy choice.
Armin dying would be really funny. Because it's like, why not just not include him in the movie if he's gonna die?
Introduce him and then just be like, yeah, no, fucking, we want to show you his death.
Yeah. All right, Nick. What would be the worst case scenario in a live action Chainsaw Man? To avoid having to CGI Denji transforming, they change his power to be that he simply summons chainsaws to his hands and uses them to cut down devils.
He's like pulls his cord and two chainsaws appear in his hands. What's the difference between that and Ash?
So it's like
Ash Evil Dead.
He's like, well, with Ash, it's attached to his hand forever. It's a prosthetic.
Yeah.
So he'd be like Eren Yeager, like chainsaws.
Yeah, just fucking
or not
pop
Eren
out.
Yeager, fucking
Edward Elric. Yeah.
They don't want Denji to come off as horny and unlikable, so Denji's motivation is he wants to hold a girl's hand.
God, I could absolutely see an American like media like people trying to make a live action being like, oh well, Denji can't be on the silver screen. Are you kidding me? With motivations like that, completely ignoring like all of the subcontextual building for his character they're trying to do.
I could see them aging everyone down to like 15, and that's how they justify it. They're like, well, we're telling like a more youthful story, and so that is as impactful as like an adult wanting sex.
Yeah, and it's like Makima like just slides her hand across a bench and holds his hand.
Just does a little like pinky touch, and she's like, "There's more where that comes from."
It's like, oh, interlocking fingers.
Or they write it so both Denji and Aki love power, and they're all caught in a dramatic love triangle.
Oh God, they're all so bad, but I could see them doing
interesting.
All of this.
That's so interesting. I think I'd have to go with, even though C. Well, I guess because Denji's not into power. I was like, C only ruins Aki's character, but Denji's also not into power. He just wanted to touch her boobs.
Yeah. Him and Power are like very like canonically platonical friends. Like they get in some situations, but they're never like it never goes beyond friendship.
I think B, right?
B's terrible. Like B is terrible. Like I get like if they were to completely strip him, like the trying to hold a girl's hand thing isn't what pisses me off. It's like, oh, they don't want him to see horny. That's like would be the worst problem. I hate to once again go towards like practical effects here would absolutely ruin it. But if I don't see a chainsaw sprout out of Denji's fucking forehead, I'm gonna be livid.
He just brings them.
Yeah.
It's like he's like Deadpool where he has them like strapped to his back.
Yeah.
And he's like not a devil. I could see that. They're like, there's no devils. People just have hyperfixations on specific weapons.
Gotcha. So he's the chainsaw guy, and he's got to try and like unhinge him from his back, like he getting caught on his hilt.
He's got like a chainsaw holster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's two. I think it's like because that would just like bastardize the entire story, and that's why Chainsaw Man will never get a live action.
Yeah.
It's because like, or at least an American live action, because Americans would be afraid to tell what is objectively kind of like a scary story with Denji as your main character.
Yeah. Nick, what would be the worst case scenario for a solo leveling live action? I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be A.
It's not A because A is literally just what solo leveling is currently.
Michael Bay directs it. It's just hot girls, hot guys, big explosions, and a Linkin Park song at the end. That's solo leveling, but you added Linkin Park.
Which would objectively make it better.
Yeah. B, they ignore the double dungeon bit and have Sun Jin Woo just be an E rank with the power to level up. That's like
No,
an eye roll.
No, that ruins the entire story. Because the entire story is the fact that like he's the last person standing in the double dungeon. Like he is the weakest hunter, basically gives his life so everybody else can survive. And like that's why he's being like given this chance to get more powerful because of his like somewhat noble sacrifice.
Right.
You know, so like if he was just like, oh, an E rank, and he's like, oh, one day I woke up and I could power up, that would like bastardize Jinwoo's core messaging.
That's fair. Or C, they write Sun Jinwoo to be a one-dimensional character that doesn't grow in any way other than strength, and they make the story to be a basic blend. I'm starting to wonder if this person likes solo leveling.
Yep.
And they make it a bland, basic plot where he just enters a dungeon, easily beats the boss, levels up, and enters the next dungeon and repeat, parentheses, and then this somehow gets an Oscar or something for movie of the year.
Yeah, starting to think that there's some undermining hatred for soul leveling here amongst our fans. I'm gonna go with B here.
Yeah, B.
Because both A and C are literally just soul leveling.
A's the best case scenario. Michael Bay, give it to him. Who fucking cares?
I fucking get Stoner. What's the guy he always works with? The guy who made The Rock.
Sean Connery?
No.
Who's dead?
Well, no. I mean, like, that's the actor. But Soderbergh or whatever.
Steven Soderbergh?
Steven Soderbergh.
I don't know he works with him.
Michael Bay, they work together all the time? Wait, hold up.
Steven Soderbergh's, like, good. He's, like, a good director.
Oh, he's a good director?
Yeah, I think.
Michael Bay with... Oh, hold up. Directed by Michael Bay with... Oh, wait. No, yeah, it's just Michael Bay. What the fuck?
Yeah. I think Steven Soderbergh did like Ocean's 11 and Contagion and stuff. Oh. And all the Magic Mikes.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. He does. Soderbergh does all the heists and shit. He's like Black Bag or Black Hat or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy.
Nick, what is the worst case scenario for a live action Arcane?
Okay.
A, to save time, they start the movie from episode 4 and skip the entire backstory of how Powder became Jinx.
Okay. That could absolutely happen.
I could see that happening.
They can just allude to it like quickly, like it's just like, oh, you've seen the TV show if you're watching this kind of thing. Yeah. Like you remember when Jinx blew up like her entire family.
I'd be so upset because the first 3 episodes are arguably the best episodes of Arcane. B, to make things more mature, they age up Jinx and have her and Silco dating. That's like live action Death Note right there. Like that could happen.
That could absolutely happen, dude.
Or B, they cast Tom Holland to be Echo. Does he look like Echo? Do they give him the hair?
Just slaps him up, do dreads on him, dude. Who fucking knows? Give that guy a skateboard. He could do it. They keep
alternating between him and Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Like they go to the alternate dimension and it's Timothy for some reason.
Yeah. And he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just here to like between Lisa Al Gaib fucking appointments.
Yeah, we have the same manager. You know what I'm doing here.
Exactly. I think I could absolutely see the Jinx date Silco thing, like a Harley Quinn Joker kind of thing. Like, oh, people love crazy girl and like dark, demure, evil boyfriend. They could be like, oh, we'll lean into that aspect. Yeah. I could 100% see B happening. I don't know if it would be the worst thing they could do then.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't be good. Yeah, it wouldn't like. I agree. But I think it's probably the worst case scenario from these.
You think so? Or more than like skipping the first 4 episodes and just not talking about why Jinx is insane?
Like that annoy me.
Uh-huh.
But I could see them doing like you said, little flashes like throughout.
Like, you know the story. Like we just don't have time to tell you it right now.
Yeah, I guess it would be the Silco because the Tom Holland one just wouldn't happen. Like that's obviously
if it did happen, though, it'd be.
The internet would be so fun for like
the internet
months.
would be really fun for like it's like I think we still make fun of Scarlett Johansson for being in Ghost of the Shell. Yeah. That would be truly great. The fact that Tom Holland somehow got conned into it would be awesome.
Like obviously the worst case scenario is C, but like the most realistic likely to happen is B.
Yeah.
And I can. But yeah, I mean, it'd be like an eye roll, but I wouldn't. It's not Titans wearing clothes, you know?
No, it's not Aaron's mom being consumed by a fucking woman in high heels.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go with B.
All right. Nick, what would be the worst case scenario for a Naruto live action movie?
All of these might come to pass, honestly. They do not want anything to do with me in this creative process, and I am terrified.
A, they decide they can't introduce or focus on too many characters, so they cut the entirety of the Chunin exams. Team 7 is promoted to Chunin status for beating Zabuza. I can see that.
I could see that happening as well.
Therefore, Orochimaru gets introduced as the final big bad of the movie during the Konoha Crush arc.
how does the Konoha crush happen if there's no Chunin? Orochimaru just pulls up, just Snake appears in the middle of the village. I guess that wouldn't even actually really be bad writing.
Yeah, if it's a movie.
Yeah,
I think I'd have to relent and be like, I can't expect fucking 10-10 to show up in this.
You're gonna get 10-10 into Tamari's fight, and we have to condense 200 episodes of Naruto into an hour and a half.
The only thing that bothered me is I'd be like, actually, no, I'd be upset because I'd be like, hey, just make Zabuza the final bad of the movie and make movie 2 the Chunin exams. Do the post.
Are you gonna make 9 movies? You're gonna make 1,
9, always.
I guess.
Hollywood's not like, give us one little old movie, please.
It was kind of like a tester movie, though, right? Like, you think Lionsgate is going to be like, hey, make this one movie with the idea that you're going to make 9?
For sure.
You think so?
For sure. No one's adapting anime hoping to do the whole thing in one go. Because the financial appeal of anime is that it's endless content to adapt.
Yeah.
And so... yeah, I'd be like, make Zabuza the final bad and make the post-credit scene like, all right, you ready for the exams? And you see 20 new actors all dressed in their outfits.
I guess that would be kind of sick, yeah, obviously.
And then B, they don't want Naruto to be an unlikable character, so he's no longer obnoxious. He's a kind kid who gets along with everyone in Konoha from the start.
So basically what they did is Sokka
Lilo.
And what?
And Sokka, Sokka in... Avatar and Lilo in the Lilo and Stitch live action.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, they can't be unlikable. What if people turn against them? It's like, hey, that's kind of a big part of their character arc.
Yeah, wow, that's so likely. Mm-hmm. Or C, Naruto and Sasuke both love Sakura. Sasuke sees Sakura flirting with Naruto, and this is what ultimately pushes him to leave the village and start heading towards a bad path.
I could also absolutely see them not showing Sasuke be shitty to Sakura.
Yeah.
I get the 100% because Sasuke beats the fuck. He knocks Sakura out multiple times.
When
he's,
is it a Vegeta thing where she's like, I'm gonna fight? Yeah, and a knockout.
He knocks her out I think 3 or 4 times over the course of Naruto. He tries to kill her a couple of times. I could see them being like, oh, we need to build the idea that these two will eventually end up together in a way that makes actual sense. Yeah. We need to show that Sasuke pining for Sakura kind of thing. That would be... because that would be a bastardization if that's got to be the worst.
Yeah, I was so heavy leaning towards B because what I love about Naruto is that he's hard to tolerate.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah.
He's just always yelling about something.
That being Sasuke's main motivator, I feel like
would be insane.
I feel like that also implies they don't do his backstory.
Yeah, that would imply why would he go to Orochimaru to try and get closer to Sakura? That would be crazy.
Yeah, he's like, she likes strong men.
Yeah, please, Snake Man, tell me how to romance her. He's like,
please, Snake Man, slither into my veins.
Yeah, he's like, have you tried shaking your ass at her? It makes a funny noise.
Orochimaru makes a funny noise.
Because the rattlesnake.
Orochimaru's like, Sasuke, let me break it down for you. Yeah.
Look at that. We're doing the dance thing.
Yeah, he's a snake. All right. Nick?
Yeah?
What would be the worst case scenario in a Zom 100?
No zombie titties.
They get rid of the bucket list aspect. It's just another zombie survival movie.
But one of them is funny and has silly hair and gets naked sometimes. I love that. Love that idea.
B, they rewrite it so the lesson learned by Akira is that his corporate life wasn't so bad, and he periodically reminisces and misses the good times he had at his job before the zombie apocalypse.
Or the zombies don't have boobs, I called it!
Or C, the zombies don't have boobs.
Oh, that's huge.
Definitely C, for sure.
Definitely C, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Zombie boobs is the best part about the Zom 100 live action. It was great. There was 3 sets of them. It was sick.
It was 3. I would love it to be workman's propaganda though, where it's man, it was better than zombies.
Yeah. He's running away from zombies and he's thinking about working 18 hours days and he's man, I didn't realize how good I had it. And it's brought to you by Mappa. You're well then, all right.
Nick, what would be the worst case scenario for a live action Ranking of Kings movie? A, they don't include Kage. They think it's more empowering representation of disabled people if Boji can do it all on his own with no help. B, they ignore all of the underworld plot lines and Miranjo's story. I'm not reading. Read these.
And make Bochi about struggling against his evil stepmother with her magic mirror, who's trying to make her son the real king, essentially making this a Temu Disney movie. Or C, they don't want their main character to be unable to communicate, so Bochi can just talk fine.
It's that one.
That's gotta be the one. That would be fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, they're just like, oh, he can be deaf or something, but like, he can talk totally fine.
He's not deaf either. I'd like that. He's just fully like just a regular.
Just small or something.
He's just small, yeah.
That would be wild. Yeah, we got to go with C there. It's a fun game. I
love just like a random ass like they're like, well, it's difficult to write around a deaf mute protagonist, so we wanted to give him a different struggle. This is now a world that doesn't care for Dominicans.
Yeah, and he's real Dominican, and you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Like, was this a different script?
Whose king are we ranking anymore? I'm not entirely sure what we're trying to do here.
That's such a fun game.
That was great.
I love that.
Wow, good job to everyone who made us games. Thank you. All right, so we get to our anime.
I'm exhausted.
I know, dude. That's why I honestly think we should start doing games at the end.
Yeah, I guess
get the part we don't want to do out of the way. You know.
What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about let's talk about Vigilantes. Because I got some feelings.
Do you?
I got some feelings.
Really?
Man. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now.
I have like one feeling.
I'm going to jump towards the end. I'm going to jump towards the very end of the episode here, and then we're going to work our way backwards.
Uh-oh.
My last note.
I might know where this is going.
Admittedly, the end of this episode was kind of crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Knuckle Duster versus his daughter was a kind of sick fight.
Yeah.
Her scatter, just jumping like 40 stories down onto the ground somehow because bees. Maybe she has the bee's knees. That's a great joke. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you not give me...
I gave you all it deserved.
How dare you not give me a better fucking chortle at least?
I breathed out of my nose.
Anyways, that fight was sick. Like the Knuckle Duster talking to himself like, Daddy didn't skimp on the fucking stun gun.
I didn't love that.
Really?
I didn't love him referring to himself as daddy when beating his daughter.
Fit. Not where I drew the line. I was like, holy shit, you just punched her in the face with fucking brass knuckles.
No, I didn't hate it. I like anytime he's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And we got crazy in
Crazy Knuckle Duster.
He was so crazy, they like animated every syllable of his last line. Yeah. Did you like notice that? Like where they had his lips like doing the actual like movements instead of just like open, close, flapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode was weird because it opened, the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh my God, this is the hardest fall off I've ever felt in a show in my life.
My first note is, if Danny can watch this episode and enjoy it, there's legit no reason he can't enjoy Bochi the Rock. Because it's not even the first 10 minutes, it's the first close to 17 minutes of that episode are just a Bochi the Rock episode.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, I was bored as hell. I was like, wow, I think I don't like Vigilantes anymore. And then I like tuned out, like literally my vision started to fuzz and I was thinking about other stuff. And then when I came to, it was like a completely different episode.
Yep.
The animation was fucking incredible.
It is truly insane that, like, in this episode that was by far and away one of the more boring episodes we've ever gotten from Vigilantes, we got, like, a tech test for what the animation of Bones can look like.
Yeah, for what lightning can look like in 2025.
It was absolutely insane to see, like, Knuckle Duster and, like, 60 FPS animated swinging between buildings, like, he's, like, PS5 Spider-Man 2 kind of thing. Like, fucking absolutely nuts. And I was like, why is MHA not look like this for years?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. And yeah, I really liked the second half of this episode. Like, Aizawa fighting the big slippery shark thing.
You mean the Seaman Guy. That's his real legal name is Seaman Guy. I was just thinking last week, I was like, you know who I miss? Seaman Guy.
Seaman Guy, the eel, the lecherous eel.
Not what I would have guessed. I didn't know electric eels made so much clear white mucus.
Yeah. I like that. I still love Pop just as a character. I really liked when the other girls were kind of like grilling her. They're like bullying her and being like, can you believe she wore that to this? She just like, there's one moment where she just like grabs the main character's like sleeve.
Yeah.
And doesn't say anything. And that like, they do that. They're like, can you believe she wore that? And then she just like grabs his sleeve and then like they move on to a new scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was fucking beautiful. Like, I just like her being like, I need like my support guy right now.
Yeah,
like
her manager.
Yeah, her manager. She's just like, I don't know, it was this cool like little moment of vulnerability, but it was so quiet where it's very just like, I'm uncomfortable right now and I want to be closer to my friend here.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I thought it was fucking insane. They're like, oh, can you believe she showed up in street clothes that ago? And it's like, hey, this is a meeting.
Yeah. Also,
this meeting we're not even performing. Why would I need to be here in my full fucking mini skirt regalia?
Yeah, true. But yeah, end of the episode was sick. It promises a hype next episode.
Because that's going to be the end of the Knuckle Duster B-Girl fight.
Yeah.
Or at least maybe. It's certainly setting up towards like a big fight between the two of them. It just now started in the last 3 minutes of this episode.
Might be the last episode of the season, too.
It's going to be, yeah. I wrote, Miss Midnight, please don't talk about how you love youthly hormones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Between Semen Guy coming back and getting much larger and much more mucusy, and then Miss Midnight being like, hey, children, was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot from this episode.
Yeah. Miss Midnight. Sure does
Should
exist.
not teach in high school. I'll tell you that right now.
That's my thing, is when they were like, the rated R superhero. I was like, yeah, I guess it does make sense that like, why should all superheroes like cater to children and stuff? Like, so the fact that she's a rated R superhero is fine.
Yeah.
How does she have a middle school teaching job?
I genuinely wish I could tell you, because that's got to be on the resume.
Yeah.
It's got to be like Aliases, the R-rated teacher.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like she wears BDSM gear, and by the way, her skin is toxic.
Yeah.
Okay, not a teaching.
Also, she keeps fucking hitting on the kids. Stop it.
Minetta loves it.
Yeah,
Minetta loves it.
stop
And
it.
if Minetta likes anything, you know you shouldn't be fucking doing it.
Yeah,
That is, Minetta, I need a little Minetta in my life, because like the second it's like, wow, let's go do that. I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to avoid that like the goddamn plague.
Yeah, true.
That's, I knew a little great fucking sociopath.
Anything else?
No, actually, that was it. But yeah, so beginning this episode, rough, and I was about to be so indignant. I was gonna be like, "Wow, Danny, how do you feel about Vigilantes?" And then I had to swallow that pill of the last 3 minutes of the episode being absolutely fucking nutty. But you know what's crazy? I enjoyed the first 17 minutes.
Yeah,
Because I can enjoy things
you were
that
gonna
aren't
be
fighting.
indignant.
I was gonna be indignant because I knew you wouldn't like it.
I enjoy when things aren't fighting too, but it has to be something.
Not
you have to
true.
replace it
Not
with
true.
something. It is true. Stop shaking your head.
Not true. Not true. Not true. You hate you need somebody. You need blood every 12 minutes.
I do not.
You're like a goddamn piranha.
I liked the episodes that were slower of Vigilantes.
Name one.
You didn't like Lazarus. That's all fighting.
Lazarus. Yeah, God, it was pointless fighting.
Well, I didn't like it either.
There was no substance.
You are the biggest JJK fan. It's all fights.
So is Naruto, but it's got the fucking plot line and a story that makes the fights compelling.
Yeah, I know. I'm floundering.
It's like one of the fucking, it's like you said with soul leveling. You're like, oh, none of these fights could ever feel important because I'm never going to give enough shits about any of these characters. And you're 100% right.
That was another TikTok I saw where I was like, what's this fucker yapping about?
You were right. You're
I know, but
that's an objectively correct
I
take.
was novice.
Dude, hating on soul leveling is big right now, dude.
Oh, awesome.
Everyone's hating on soul leveling. It's like the number one, like kids are taking it like candy, like drugs right now. Are you going to talk about Fire Force's first episode of the season, apparently?
That's what Stank said. Stank was like, can we all agree that this episode was the first episode of Fire Force Season 3?
Yeah.
Still fine, huh?
It was it was definitely not as crazy as I expected it to
Yeah,
be.
he really hyped me up for something.
Yep.
Big kaiju comes out.
Yep.
Big robo kaiju.
Big, gigantic robo CGI kaiju.
Why is this Infernal the Iron Giant? All right. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, so technically they say, like, oh, this Infernal is, like, protecting the pillar, right? But at the end, I think his name is Catalysm Commander Fairy, the guy who's able to flip gravity upside down.
Because of fire.
Because of
his fire abilities.
I knew you were gonna have problems with that, and boy, oh boy, do I not have an answer for you.
He doesn't impact gravity at all.
No. Well.
No. Antarctica is no less a gravitas than Australia.
Not where I was going to go, because it's about the magnetic core, but that's about electricity, not about gravity. Gravity's just about how big the thing you are. Like, if you want a big thing...
How big the thing you are.
Yeah, kind of. Like, if you are big enough, you have gravity. We all have gravity. But, like, because Earth's big, Earth have gravity. That's
so if
the
I'm
way
in
it works.
space, and a tiny little object is near me, and I get near it, will it come towards me?
No.
Why?
You don't affect space-time enough.
I'm gravitas.
I mean,
and
like...
it's little.
I mean, like, how little? Like a golf ball?
Like an acorn.
Like an egg? No. Why would it come towards you?
My gravity.
You don't affect. All right. So like, Earth has gravity.
Yeah.
The moon barely has gravity. Think about how much littler than the moon you are.
I guess I am smaller than the moon.
You are just barely. It's like a couple of you. Yeah. Maybe if there's 3 of you, maybe.
Yeah.
Then
Well, I've been gaining weight.
In terms of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Now that you're getting your 800-pound gorillas, you're close to the moon.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no, it was a fine episode. I mean, it was like, I'll tell you right now, I don't think they need more fire companies than Fire Company 2. Like, they're just like, oh, hey, by the way, Fire Company 2 is the army, and they have a million matchboxes. Like, cool. Like, Fire Company 8 had 1. And all these guys got like guns and shit, and it's like, all right, fucking, is this all we need?
Yeah.
But no, Ogun shows up. The Ogun part was kind of sick.
I love Ogun.
Yes.
He's like one of my favorite characters in Fire Force. He's just so cool. He's got his fucking snowboard.
Yeah.
He's got his inky ink, whatever.
Yeah. I do wish less of his abilities were tied to the concept of basketball, but that
And graffiti.
That's just those are my 2 complaints is all. I'm just like, man, I wish he wasn't always talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Our one person of color of this entire show.
2.
You're right, Hibana.
The 3.
Oh!
The guy with the white blindfold. This mangaka
Chiron.
is like famous for like frequently having people of color in his manga and not giving them gigantic lips.
Yes, or electricity-based powers, because none of them have electricity-based powers.
Well, he's cheating with this one. It's all fire.
Why, the fucking Haumea's got electricity.
Haumea?
Haumea, one of the pillars, the literal main antagonist of the story.
Yes.
You don't even pay attention
Nicholas.
sometimes. Anyways, so I said, why is God's Green Earth would Scop come? Why do we need to bring the goddamn weasel with us or whatever?
He was just on Shinra at at the time.
It's an additional risk that doesn't need to be taken.
I like Shinra taking the full front of that blast.
He was like, hey, don't destroy the pillar. And it's like, hey, I was aiming at the giant. What are like fucking, you don't have to eat this like laser to the face to stop me.
I like that guy. Cannon guy.
Juggernaut?
Yeah, Juggernaut.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Juggernaut's fantastic. I love him with like a new leg. I love that his leg can operate as a fucking like his leg operates as like a locking mechanism so he can like fire harder. That's so sick.
Looks like a big pilgrim.
I love when somebody loses a limb and comes back with an objectively better limb.
Yeah, I agree.
We're talking Kawaki, Naruto. Man, who else?
Why is Naruto's limb better?
Because it's made out of Hashirama cells, and then like it technically gets made one that like can like absorb chakra in Boruto.
He's a fucking android.
Fucking Gustav. I don't remember who
What is
Gustav.
Gustav?
Exposition 33. He's got a fake arm.
Yeah, well, it electrocutes things.
Yeah, but like, why? They never talk about how he lost his arm, do they?
It's a tough world.
Me and Danny are both. I'm in section 2. What do you section?
I have no goddamn clue. I'm not in a section.
You're in the first part of the game. I'm in the second part of the game.
All right, I didn't know it would tell me when I enter a new part of the game.
There's like parts. I forget what
we both kind of just got the big guy that you ride.
Fuck, I knew it earlier. Mon ami. I'm learning so much French, dude.
He does sound funny.
I love him.
His friend, The Rock.
Flory.
Yeah. Love that guy.
Fuck, what's his goddamn name? Oh, I can't remember it. I love him.
The one that was
sounds like a deflating balloon.
Yeah, he is funny. He sounds like Big the Cat from Sonic.
Big the Cat.
Yeah.
You know too much about this universe to hate it as much as you do.
I hate it because I'm a Sonic fan.
Big the Cat. What the fuck is this thing?
Big the Cat.
Dude, this thing looks like Dr. Egghead fucked a cat and they had a kid.
He goes, "Hi, Froggy."
How long do you think I have to scroll on Big the Cat before I find porn?
Does feet stuff count? Pause.
Feet stuff absolutely counts.
Oh, not long then.
Ooh, okay. Well, I found what I believe to be Sonic porn. But it's not Big the Cat porn. Would you count? Is that porn?
I was just gonna say. I wish you didn't show me that. I was just gonna say. I would hazard to guess it would take no more than 2 scrolls to get to foot porn or inflation.
Why are they always inflating Sonic?
I don't know. They're always inflating Sonic.
And when you click this, there's a lot more. It's all just it's just him so full of water.
Full of chili dogs.
And just so
full of chili. Don't show me this. Don't show me that.
Oh God. Oh my God. I told you, don't get into my it is. It's chili dogs.
It's chili dogs. I know the Tails. What are you doing?
It's Tails.
It's just
Tails
Tails with a
fucking
like chain of sausage links.
You would figure if anybody would get inflation shit, it would be the guy, probably the biggest guy I've ever seen in the Sonic universe.
They don't need Big the Cat's already big.
Well, Big the Cat doesn't have any porn of him. I'm deep in on Big. Like I'm deep on Big the Cat Dude, and I'm just getting a lot of real chubby Sonic.
But I like the guy in that cave where you meet the big guy in Expedition 33, he's like, hey, stop letting hooligans over on my side. Yeah. He's hilarious.
I love him and fucking relatable as well. Yeah. I mean, if I lived next to Torley,
look it up.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't for my own sake.
Yeah.
It'll come to me at some point.
What are we talking about? Fire Force? Is there more?
You know
what my issue with this season is?
What?
It's like no Shinra.
It's like no Shinra.
It's like no Shinra. I miss him.
I don't even remember. I mean, he fought Burns.
But like that was short.
Who have we been with?
We've been with the guy with the guns.
We were with Arthur for 2 episodes. We were heavy on the fucking Hibana for like Captain Hibana for like, or the Lieutenant Hibana for like 3 episodes in the beginning.
Yeah.
There was the Tamaki melts metal with her ass episode, and then Burns. Yeah, like it was Shinra and Burns were stuck on top of a roof for like the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, with Joker.
And then that Leonard Burns versus Shinra was like 1 episode.
Yeah. And
then we were with Arthur, and now we're with Juggernaut, and Arthur's there now, but Ogun is the one punching limbs off. Yeah, no. Really no Shinra.
I know. I miss him.
That is the issue. I love Shinra.
I do too.
He's a fun MC, and we're just not getting any of him. He's the most compelling MC. What do you think's going on with Sho? That's my question to you.
Oh, he was sneaking. Well, no, that was the last episode. He was sneaking out, right?
But they showed him again this episode. He's out.
Oh, what'd he do?
He out. He didn't do anything, but he out.
I don't know.
Trust me, he's scheming.
I don't remember. I watched it in an airport 3 days ago.
Oh. Comes out. Oh, it does. It comes out on Thursdays. It's the first thing to come out. That's the issue with it. Yeah, I also watched it a long time ago. I also said I forgot that Fairy can control gravity. I think we should try and figure out right now why he can control gravity. Because I don't remember why. Let's try and think of what Fire Force's excuse is going to be as to why he can control gravity. I think
it's going to be an electric thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, because they've already been like, oh, well, fire equals plasma. And so Arthur's able to make a plasma sword.
Okay.
I think they're going to make 2 leaps where they're like, fire equals plasma and or lightning. And therefore, that equals fucking with the magnets.
The metal.
Because what's-her-face controls metal with gold.
Yeah, okay, yes, that's magnetic. Haumea also can control like electron signals, that
so
kind of thing.
They've established that already.
So, but what does that have to do with gravity? Gravity's not electricity.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Oh, gravity, big rock.
Tectonic plates? I don't know.
No, that's already fucking Sister Sumire. She's the one tremoring fucking earthquakes into existence.
I don't know enough about gravity.
You're clearly not. Apples, virgins.
Virgins?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with that?
Who invented the concept of gravity? Do you know?
Newton. Isaac Newton.
And do you know he died a virgin?
Why do we know that?
I think he wrote about never feeling the touch of a woman, but that's what you get for making calculus at 16 years old.
I guess so.
All right, you want to talk about Hero X?
Yeah.
You want about To Be Queen X?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You liked it?
I can't believe I didn't get a text from you about it. It was fucking awesome.
Wild. Okay.
It was sick.
I'm not saying anything. I just want you to unpack your opinion to me without the input of mine.
We got a Spy Kids 3D Game Over-esque battle where they were doing this tournament, and it looked like the tournaments in Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
Okay, yes. Minus the giant fucking fake mech suits and the ridiculous one-wheel contraptions.
They do multiple tournaments, so there's those 2. There's also the ones where they have like...
And Elijah Wood.
Well, they also do the one where they're on platforms. They have these big like Q-tip looking things, like bow staffs. And that's when the girl makes her sacrifice. She's like, leave me, Junie. I'm part of the game. And then she dies and then comes back later.
That you reminded me because of that. I still don't remember the fucking giant Q-tip battle. I remember the race.
Yeah.
The gigantic fucking monster truck race. I remember Elijah Wood dying. Is George Lopez the bad guy in that one? Or is that
Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Okay, close enough.
Stallone is the bad guy in.
As in Sylvester Stallone.
As in Bill Vester Stallone.
As the bad guy of fucking... I did not remember that at all.
Yeah. He's in it like 4 times because there's multiple hymns.
Insane.
One's like a dictator, one's a hippie.
Thumbs?
One.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
That's Floop. That's the antagonist.
Why do you know so much about Spy Kids?
It's good lore.
You just had a childhood? You just had a Disney-based childhood?
Yeah.
I didn't watch Disney. Girl stuff.
It's not Disney. It's just a kid's movie.
It wasn't Disney?
No.
That was the most Disney-ass shit you could make. Was Shark Boy and Lava Girl Disney?
No. You're Robert Rodriguez.
I bet you they were involved somehow.
I mean, Disney shows them now, but Disney didn't pay for it.
Danny, why do they make kids' movies anymore?
I'd like to say for kids.
I know. Why don't they make kids movies?
Oh, why don't they? They do.
Name one kids movie.
Spider-Verse.
Not a kids movie.
The wild robot.
Not a kids movie the way Spy Kids was a kids movie.
They don't make live action kids movies anymore.
It's all animated?
Yeah.
Wild Robot is a kids movie? That explains why I fell asleep during it. You thinking? You thinking on it? Minecraft movie?
Yeah. That's it. That's one.
I enjoyed it.
Sonic?
Is that a kids movie?
Yeah, it's a kids movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
But it's also for like, you know.
Well, you can watch it. Like,
okay, but like, what
just
adult
because
was like, oh, let's go see Spy Kids?
just because it's nostalgic. I think that's why most kids movies now hit nostalgia, because you tap both markets. Right? So it's like Jumanji is not a movie for adults.
Jumanji is absolutely a movie for adults.
With Kevin Hart?
With Dwayne and The Rock Johnson?
That's a kid's movie.
You think so?
Yeah. Just because adults can watch it and go to see it. The thing is...
But no adult wants to watch Spy Kids 20 years ago.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's why there's been a change. Because it's like, adults are more likely to bring their kids to a movie that they will also maybe like.
Okay.
So an adult who liked Minecraft, like, they got a kid, their kid's yelling at them, you know, we should see a movie this weekend, this and that. What are they going to bring them to? Fucking Goober and Spink, the new IP from Goober and Spink Enterprises?
Of course, yes.
That's only for kids? Or are they going to bring them the Minecraft movie? Because even though that's a kids movie targeted at kids, at least they know Minecraft.
When Jack Black says, I am Steve, they can go, oh, I remember college.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I didn't have a fucking deal with somebody's goddamn diapers.
Yeah, that's why it makes more sense. Because, like, Jumanji...
Are they doing, like, original IP children's movies anymore?
I just fucking explained this
but
to you.
I understand that you're saying that there's a bigger appeal for the nostalgia factor, but, like, are they still making...
No.
Why is there's an animated dog that's coming to me right now. It's like a brown dog, and it's got a friend.
Bolt?
That's what's coming to me. Bolt was a fun movie, but like that's not what I for some reason I'm seeing like a brown dog.
Life of Pets?
No. It's like almost claymation looking. Anyways.
Wallace and Gromit.
No, that's not for kids at all. Wallace and Gromit's fucking terrifying.
Wallace and Gromit's, I won't say it.
The chicken's got a gun, or the penguin's got a gun.
Does he?
He stays strapped.
Damn.
You know it wasn't for kids? Chicken Run.
Yeah, well, it's about the Holocaust, so...
Holy shit, it is.
Yeah, they're all in a camp.
Oh my god.
About to get cooked.
I didn't fucking realize. I didn't realize it was about the Holocaust. Wow. I just thought it was about the fact that we ate chickens.
It's like more bluntly about the Holocaust than like Toy Story 3 and other Holocaust ripoffs.
What do you mean Toy Story 3?
Toy Story 3 is about the Holocaust.
What do you mean? Because they're giving up the toys?
They're in a camp and then they get cooked.
They're good just because they're going to an incinerator. Not everything getting cooked is about the Holocaust, Danny.
Toy Story 3.
What, was Ratatouille about the Holocaust? Because the goddamn zucchinis are getting cooked?
They don't go to a camp and no one gets cooked in Ratatouille.
What camp do they go to in Toy Story 3?
The fucking, what's it called? The playground, what do you call it? Preschool. The preschool, and then Lotso hugging stuff puts them in, like, prisons.
Are you telling me Lotso hugging stuff is fucking Hitler?
He's like,
toy Hitler?
Yeah.
If you had been to China, you would realize how incredibly funny that is to say, because everyone loves Lotso over there, dude.
I'm hopping on chat. Chat, defend me here. Because I'm right.
That Lotso hugging stuff is fucking toy Hitler?
I don't know if he's Hitler. He could be like Mussolini or something.
I'm not kidding when I tell you, in China, people will decorate their cars with Lotso.
People do that here.
Really?
I see lots of...
Is he not an antagonist?
At the end of the movie, they like tie him to like the grill of a truck.
Yes.
I see him on trucks all over here.
No, I'm not talking about like on the front of a fire truck. I'm saying like people will put decals on their Honda Civics of Lotso, and you can get like Lotsos out of like claw machines and everything. They love him in China.
Weird.
Him and Ultraman.
Chicken Run is Toy Story 3 is not. Toy Story 3 is not the Holocaust. I think Toy Story 3 is the Holocaust. Hold on.
I think you're trying to find Holocaust where Holocaust doesn't exist, man. Kind of like me looking back into the 1940s because it didn't fucking happen, man.
Why Toy Story 3 is an allegory about the Holocaust. Far Out Magazine.
Okay, yeah.
Toy Story 3 is the Holocaust. Medium Rye theories.
Okay, just because a couple of fucking two-reader blogger websites said that it's the Holocaust doesn't mean that your opinion is true, Dan.
Slash film, wacky film theories. Toy Story 3 and the Holocaust. I guess these are just theories.
These are wacky film theories, dude. These are a far-out film theories.
I want to support you, Danny. I just can't. What the hell are we talking about? Toy Story 3 is about moving on from your childhood. Things can be about multiple things.
Moving on from your childhood and the Holocaust is a pretty crazy combo
I'm sure
to drop
Chicken
on.
Run's about other things too. Don't be like, I fucking hate when people are like, it doesn't have this theme, it has this theme. Things have multiple themes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Unpack that for me, King.
Let me think of an example. Toy Story 3, it's about the Holocaust.
And moving on from your childhood. It's moving on from your childhood, which was the Holocaust.
Yeah. Let me think of an example of things with multiple themes. I mean, it's like, I'm kind of like twisting this argument from like the typical, like how with some villainous characters, like people will be like, this is such a great, like well-written character. And people are like, how can you say that? They're awful. They're a terrible person. And it's like, yeah.
Because
they're
you
a
feel like
villain.
that they're a well-written character.
Yeah.
If a character can like genuinely spark anger in you, then okay, cool, that's a well-written character.
It's like people like the idea of complex villains, but they don't like seeing villains do bad things.
Yeah.
And that's like a similar argument to me.
Joffrey Baratheon is an incredible villain, even though you hate him because he's an incredible villain.
Yeah. In what way are the toys discriminated against? I don't know. I just know that.
Probably for being old and not as cool as previous toys.
I think, aren't they discriminated against for being new toys?
What do you mean? Who?
By Lotso.
They're all old toys.
No, they're new, like to the playground.
Gotcha.
Maybe Danny's getting Toy Story 3 confused with the pianist. Yeah, that's
Yep. Classic. Yeah, it's like, oh no, you're thinking Boy in the Striped Pajamas, actually.
Freebird was about native genocide.
The fuck is
Freebird?
As in the song?
The song, yeah.
The song made by fucking, what is it, AC/DC?
Danny getting Toy Story 3 confused with the Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It's such a funny line.
While also wearing what is akin to striped pajamas. So,
like, yeah, what's that movie?
it's Pixar. I think it's Pixar. It's Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Schindler's List.
What's that movie?
Yeah, I think it's.
What's that movie where the boy's family moves to Auschwitz and his father's like a Nazi commander, but he makes friends with this boy on the other side of a fence, and you find out that Toy Story 3.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the new one they're making. That's Toy Story 5.
That's so funny.
I would love to see fucking Woody. I'd love to see Woody take on fucking Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair,
there is a snake in your boot, Hitler.
it's more of a hell allegory than death camps. Look, I'm just telling you what I saw this movie once when I was 13 and then saw multiple articles and theories saying it was the Holocaust. And I was like, all right, I guess it's that.
It's the Holocaust.
Our editors don't make TikToks about this one specifically. I don't have to defend this for the rest of my life.
Well, too bad. It's already out there. It's already been posted. It's clipped. I hate to break it to you, baby. We're quick.
Damn it.
So that was To Be Here X. No. So we got a big old, I guess, Spy Kids 3-esque battle here between Queen and Boa.
Oh my God, I forgot we were talking about To Be Hero X.
Yes.
Yeah, Queen and Boa, that was cool. No, they didn't fight.
Yes, they did. Oh, no. Boa fought Smiley.
Boa fought Smile.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to some Smile-based abilities. And all he did was throw a sun at her.
All he did was smile and then, yes, throw a fucking sun at her.
Animation was awesome.
Well, he could have been Spanish because sonrisa is smile. And it's like smile, but it's also like, because a smile is like basically roughly translate to the sunrise in Spanish.
No, you're thinking of Schindler's List.
No, it was Liam Neeson in it. You're not. No, you're confused.
Maybe.
Maybe he was Spanish. We never heard him talk.
I liked all the character designs this episode. Queen looks fucking awesome.
Her fucking spiky ass helmet.
I liked this, like.
I guess crown would be the more accurate summation here.
Yeah, nice going doofus.
Thanks.
Thanks.
That's all you're getting from me.
I like her being like, I'm going to be the next female Hero X. And
Yes.
I liked they go to a bar and like some douchebag American ass guys
100%.
are like, we're like,
Yeah, I'd like to think in the Chinese dub, they're the only guys speaking English that
I
is
know.
like, fucking women, eh?
I know those two guys specifically were absolutely white,
Yeah.
but like they were like, yeah, they're like, can you believe that little girl thinks she's gonna be a hero of fucking sucking, more like.
Yeah.
And then the bartender just fucking let him have it.
Yeah. It's like, I like that it was cool that like Queen was acting as this like influential person amongst young women, but also sitting there at a bar and being like, can you believe this woman thinks she's going to become a hero in a society where all you have to do is like be slightly believed in by 4 people to get superhero based powers? Like,
Go on.
she could absolutely be. Like 100%. It's so easy to be a hero.
Yeah.
Fucking Lucky Cyan did it by accident.
Well, I kind of wish this came before Lucky Science for that reason, because then the like her giving this speech would maybe hit a little harder.
Yeah.
Because we see that she also inspires Lucky Cyan.
Yeah.
But I guess you can't because you're trying to go backwards
in time,
chronologically. But like, yeah. So it was cool to see her like be an inspiration for all of these women. And just have like the fucking coolest design. And I like her like
She's built like a Genshin character.
just built like a Genshin character. Is her power like Miss America's, where she just like gives a command and it happens?
So when Boa was about to like break through her ability, she said she almost broke my rules. I think that it's kind of like she can like set rules in like, yeah, like
So
that
exactly
bubble, like the bubble that she creates. And you can kind of see like Chinese talismans on the outside of it. So I like to think that it's like some like she has like some kind of like Chinese talisman ability that like, yeah, basically allows her to set rules within her bubble.
Right. I love Little Johnny.
Dude.
Love Little
Big Johnny.
Love his son. I love him being like, this is my son, Big Johnny.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Fuck yeah, it is, dude. Absolutely it is. He's going to be who we're with next,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So we'll go from Queen to Big Johnny.
I really like him. I hope he has like the darkest, most fucked chunk.
Absolutely is gonna.
Yeah,
like,
right?
he's already like top 15 heroes because like he had to like squeeze the eyeballs out of his mother's face or something. Like they're like, oh wow, yeah, fucking little Johnny figured it out.
Yeah, I really liked him. He was really fun. I couldn't tell if Big Johnny actually has the power of like
Gotta.
stealing attention.
Mm-hmm. Because like, yeah, they're like, oh, even like fucking like Queen was like, I don't want to pay attention to him, but like I literally need to.
Well, it's cool too because then I like him being like, here, hold on to him for a bit for me.
Yeah.
That's such a like kind of menacing line if he's genuinely being like, this, one, you can't stop, and two, anyone who holds him will be pacified.
Yeah.
Like if it's a dominance thing where it's like, here, hold on for him. And it's like, you can't do shit while you're holding
Or they're
him.
like marked forever, like you signed
Yeah.
a Disney contracts. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you can literally never attack little
Yeah.
Johnny if you touch Big Johnny or something.
So that was all cool. This episode ends in a pretty hype way where fucking Hero X shows up finally.
Yeah.
Or who we know to be Hero X.
Yeah, he's just named X, and you realize that like nobody knows anything about him, and he just like walked through all of the most powerful heroes on Earth.
I am waiting to see if he is the one fucking with the art style.
Because it hasn't swapped in a long time.
Because it hasn't swapped, and it leads me to believe that, like, back in the day, like, for whatever reason.
Back in the day, it wasn't being swapped?
Like, back in the day, we didn't have 3D animation, you know?
I never thought of that. Because it's Isol and it's Nice, who are the closest to the modern timeline. And then as we're moving back, like, in time here, you can see in Lucky Cyan's timeline, on the TV, it's like, and Queen lost to some absolute nobody today, which is like, that means that tournament was going on during Lucky Cyan.
Yeah.
And so he really doesn't come into being Hero X until like Lucky Cyan's timeline. It would be because like she was young, and then in the most modern points, we hear about Queen losing. And so he becomes Hero X after Lucky Cyan, and that's when we start getting 3D animation.
Yeah. So I don't know, especially because it's like, oh, they die, or like he knocks them out in like 2 seconds and no one knows what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the case, or like I'm 90% sure it's not.
Uh-huh.
Would it be cool if he's like bringing people into like a 3D Tsukiyomi where it's like he like snaps or something. Now you're in the 3D realm and like time is stopped for everyone else. And like if he beats you in the 3D world, you'd go unconscious.
Or you're like stuck in the 3D, or like you're stuck that your base reality is that 3D world now or something like that. And like that's why like
yeah, I don't know, but
Nice and all of them are stuck in 3D or something like that.
I mean, it would be cool if there's like an explanation for the swaps rather than just like it's random.
Yeah.
But the fact that it has fully gone back to 2D or fully become 2D as we go back chronologically
But there was
is
still
interesting.
animation swaps because for Boa's backstory.
Yeah, but not 3D.
Yeah, for Boa's backstory, there was like a very like blobby kind of like PBS like I don't know like art style of like her backstory that I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a fun ass episode. I'm happy you liked it.
I liked it. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was like you came in it way hotter than I thought.
Tournaments.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. I wrote in big, all bold letters, hero tournament, exclamation point, exclamation point. But the problem is I kind of wanted to see Queen versus X. Like, I was like, I get that they're trying to be like, oh, like they don't want to reveal what his ability is, and that's why he's just knocking people out, but I wanted to see that fight.
I'm hoping that's what next week's is, because I think we only get 2 of Queen.
Yes, we get 2 of Queen, and I don't know what it would focus on. I guess like she was like, oh, this is what failure is, right?
Yeah.
And so like it's gonna be like her trying to deal with failure for the first time in her life.
Yeah. It was also interesting the like manager character
Yes.
is becoming more and more interesting, especially with Queen being this like paragon of like female heroes. And then it's her and I think Boa just getting like grilled by this douchebag like CEOs pulling all the strings.
Yeah, so I thought it was really cool. I liked that we're doing like I love that Boa and Queen hate each other. I love that. I love that. I was like, I love that women can be conniving and undercut each other and be competitive as well. Like I was like, give them all of the fucking bad aspects that you're going to give any of the other characters in the story here. Boa like actively trying to get fucking Queen assassinated. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was like you are in the same organization. There's this young up and coming talent. You are currently on top of the world, and they are already planning on somebody else taking over your position.
Yeah.
And like the fucking manager's like, you're in that position because I pulled the strings for you to be there. And it's like, well. I mean, like, that is accurate, because, like, it's as much about influence as it is about power, very clearly. But, like, she's the one who won the fucking fight.
Yeah.
You know, that's obvious. She had to beat fucking Smiley Sun guy.
Right. Yeah.
So, it was a great episode.
Yeah, I really liked it.
But they did show, at the end, they showed Furman holding up the thing. Like, we're way the fuck in the past.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, this is before Furman even became a hero. Like, I love that in these episodes, we're getting these callbacks to previous episodes and backstories and all of that. So it can be like, oh, here's exactly where we are in the timeline kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's been very fun. All right. Cool.
Someone says next is Lolly, not Johnny.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there's been no references to Lolly yet. I'm going to pull up my... Also, somebody told me that when I made a comment about how To Be Hero X isn't on my anime list, people were like, To Be Hero X absolutely is on my anime list. And I've looked, I've scrolled all the way down to the bottom before, and I've never been able to see To Be Hero X anywhere, which either means I'm correct in that it's not there, or there's so few people watching it that it's just like incomprehensibly low on the list.
Weird.
Yeah.
Lolly's hair looks so cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's real weird looking. Oh wait, this is just how the art is doing it, because Johnny also
has got some weird things going on.
It's Lolly,
Lolly
then Ghostblade, baby.
And then we're to the Johnnies?
Yeah.
We're not until the Johnnies until the end of July, dude.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're never gonna like season 2 is gonna be ready by the time this one ends.
I mean, I think they're only doing 24 episodes. All the other To Be blanks, like To Be Hero, so there's To Be Heroine, and then there's To Be Hero, and those have all only been 24 episodes. So I think X's episode, which is coming out September 14th, is going to be the last episode of this entire like show concept, all that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's no more seasons.
Yeah, probably. Think? I mean, that's how they did the last two connected universes, To Be Hero and To Be Heroine. Have only been 24 episodes.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be done after this.
Who knows? I've learned better than to listen to anything you say about this show.
Incredibly fair. I'm simply speculating, and like we always say,
I've been getting legitimate hate mail in my DMs from just fucking crazy, need to calm down To Be Hero X fans.
Oh, word?
Who are like...
When we're literally the biggest To Be Hero X podcast maybe in existence?
They were grilling me because, that's how I found out about the schedule. Yeah. I just had people, screaming at me for no reason.
I like
being
scream at you and not me.
Well, it's all your fault. Yep. They're like, actually, here's the breakdown of the schedule, and it's gonna be this, and X isn't the one doing this and that, and because I guess there's like character trailers and stuff, which I'm not gonna watch. They're also mad that I didn't watch it. I'm just watching the show.
Yeah,
I don't need to know.
I don't want additional information.
I don't need to know 100% of all the information before the show is all out.
I want to be surprised by shit.
But it's a bunch of shit that you got me into that I'm getting yelled at for.
At least they're not yelling at me. Maybe they're intimidated by my aura, Danny. Ever think about that?
It's just a crazy... It's interesting how... I'm joking to death.
You want some water?
The anthrax has gotten to me.
You want some water?
They're getting what they want.
Oh, yeah.
But it's... To Be Hero X. Such a rabid fan base for a completely new IP.
Because it's awesome.
Well,
and it's also amongst a bunch of like an anime season that is objectively not that good.
I think it's all link click fans too.
It's also definitely that. It's definitely the people who like Donwa. Like it's like Donwa enjoyers and K-pop stands fall into a very similar categorization of like, oh, don't fucking cross that.
They're intense.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Oh yeah.
They'll find where you live, 100%. Do you have a best boy this week?
Yeah, it is womp 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 womp. Should it be Windbreaker because we didn't talk about it?
Oh, motherfucking, we haven't talked about Windbreaker yet. Okay,
I don't have a ton to talk about. With
I mean, it was a very, like, we got to recover episode here.
Yeah. But the new antagonist guy, we heard a lot about we heard more of. He's from Bufferin.
Yes.
He's an ex-Bufferin guy. He's kind of trying to recruit Hakura Sakura. Or not really recruit him, but be like, hey, ditch these bozos. Be solo. It's sick.
Yeah. And he's also got fucking Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
he's fighting
fast.
4 people simultaneously and nobody can lay a hand on him.
Yeah, he's fast as hell. I liked that. I liked everyone fighting for Sakura's like honor, you know, and being like, he belongs in Bufferin. He's great.
And then also just also not saving his honor at all because they literally couldn't punch the guy.
Yeah. So
that was tough. Also, they played Mario Kart for 10 races in a row, which I've simply never done. I've never played Mario Kart for more than 4 races in a row. You do 1 Grand Prix and you're like, that's enough.
People are into it. There's some games, I agree with you. There's some games that just completely bounce off of me. Like Mario Kart, Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my God, I hate and like the Jackbox as well. Like I'm like, oh cool, I have to write something kind of funny to make you guys giggle. Like I hate like crowd collection comedy. They're so annoying. I hate them.
They all of those are like, I'll do 1 round and then I'm like, I'm satiated. I'm full.
Oh boy.
Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, you want to hear me say Hitler's penis again? Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Cool. That's pretty much all I have as well.
Right.
It's just like an episode about like them being like, oh, we're all friends, and that guy's scary. It is the first real antagonist, like the first real antagonist of Windbreaker, so that's kind of cool.
Real like solo dolo antagonist.
Yes.
Because the others were antagonists. They fought psychopaths.
Yeah.
But
like
yeah,
this,
he doesn't have a
crew. He's going to be like an overarching antagonist of like he's going to show up a bunch.
Yeah. My best boy is Tekken Kincrete, which is all one word, an anime movie from 2006.
Oh, this is the thing. That's how you say that out loud. I thought you're talking about a new Tekken game.
No, yeah. Tekkon, Tekkinkrete.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Tekken Kincrete.
Write it down.
Kincrete. I don't fucking know.
Tekken Kincrete.
Sure.
Anyway, it's an anime movie. I was in San Francisco this weekend visiting a friend. And
your roommate. You were visiting your
Josh.
roommate.
And this little indie theater was playing a bunch of old movies, including this one, which is from 2006, and it's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah?
I don't love anime movies. Like, Your Name is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Love Princess Mononoke. Every other anime movie I'm pretty lukewarm on. I like
visuals
how
look dope.
It's like a technical masterpiece. The backgrounds are insane. Like, this is genuinely the most well-designed and lived-in world from, like, a visual standpoint I've ever seen. It's not like...
The use of perspective is crazy as well.
It's, like, visually, it's unreal, this movie. It's not, like, a great world as in, like, great world building. But, like, when they're traversing through it, I'm like, I can absolutely see this being, like, a real country in, like, 100 years or whatever. It's also like boy as shit. Like it's got some dude ass themes.
Okay.
Where it's about like the Yakuza and this other gang, the Apaches, and like the police are involved, but like all these gangs are like fighting in Treasure City.
Yeah.
And the main characters are these two young boys, Black and White. And Black is this like tough, fucking like Sasuke kind of edgy kid. And he takes care of White, who's this like softer, kind of like, you know, more aloof kid. He's like 11. The other kid's like 14.
Gotcha.
And there's such a sick vibe because those two brothers are their own gang. They're the Cats.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
And all the other gangs are like chill with them, even though they cause trouble for them. Like there's like a Yakuza meeting between the Apaches and like it's this tense standoff and it's like real fucking like about to turn lethal. And then Black like breaks in and he's like, but you forgot about Black with his like big bow staff. And all of them are like, hey, he's cool. Don't fucking. And he's like knocking him out and they're like, don't though. He like doesn't know what he's doing. Like, yeah. It's like a real cool idea, like this kid wanting to be this big mobster and all the other ones being like, kid, get out of here. Like, this is, you don't want part of this.
Yeah, we will cut you into pieces the second we want to. Just pump the brakes.
Like, they respect the orphan hustle.
Yeah.
And it just is like, it ebbs and flows in terms of like being boring. Like, there are boring moments, but I like can't stop thinking about it. It's really fucking good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Tekken Concrete.
You just popped into a small theater and bought a ticket to see a movie.
Yeah.
I
love a spontaneous movie.
That might be a fucking original experience. I don't think anybody in history's ever done that.
Oh, I love it.
That's like I've never walked into a movie theater without a ticket, I think, ever.
Dude, nothing is more exciting than like just being in a like the Grove or like Glendale and like realizing there's a movie theater there and you're like, man, I got like time to kill. I guess I'll see what's playing soon.
Got 2 to 2.5 hours and a hankering for popcorn.
When I was getting a new car, because I'd crashed mine on my way to your house, I had to like go get it registered at the dealership, and they're like, all right, it's going to take some time.
And they got purposely dodgy about me asking you questions about it for years.
And what's it called? And he was like, this is going to take a couple hours, so go dick around. I'm like, well, you have my car. So, and I realized there was like a movie theater in like walking distance. And I was like, I guess I'll see Black Panther 2 right now.
This is good news.
This is good news, yeah.
And so you're like fucking Shuri, better than T'Challa ever was.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. I don't know the lady's actor name.
Me neither.
Yeah, but see, that was the issue. That's why I called her universe name.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's awesome. I actually kind of want to watch this because this looks fucking crazy. Everyone says it's a marvel of animation, a forgotten marvel of animation. So apparently those theater people knew what they were talking about.
They sure did.
My best one this week is all the dads. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. It was yesterday. Did you text your father? Did he warn you about?
I called him.
Did he warn you about whatever incoming danger was coming your way?
He was being cool about it because we haven't talked in a minute.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
There's been tension because of the fight.
Okay.
And
did he bring up the riots in LA and he was like, please avoid the downtown district?
He was like, how are you doing? And I was like, they're not near me. And he was like, that's fine. Like, he was cool. It was a good chat. But then we were like, he was like, yeah, you know, you got your fight coming up. And he was like being like upbeat about it. And I was like, yeah, like put on weight, this and that. And we're like, good. And then I tried like, you know, relating with him about it a little where I was like, yeah, it's actually like this debate thing. So it's like, you know, you can do really well in the debate, but if you fight harder, then technically you win. So it's like kind of a commentary on like debate and like toxic masculinity and this and that. And he went, And it was like, well, you know, if you guys ever want to do another competition type thing, you know, maybe a hot dog eating contest and I was like, okay, yep.
I would absolutely dust you in a hot dog eating contest. If you want to cancel the fight right now and we do a hot dog eating contest, I'll do it in a fucking heartbeat. I would fucking smoke your ass. Oh, Danny.
What if it's the only way I'd agree to it if it's hot dog eating boxing?
Oh my God, that's such a good idea, Danny.
Shut up.
Oh,
this literally happened a year ago, and now you're bitching at me every week about debate boxing.
Because it's so fucking hard to plan, Danny. It's so hard to plan, and you're like, hey, how's it going? You need me to do anything? And I can't ask you to do anything. I can't ask you to do anything, Danny, because I don't even know where to begin to ask you what to do. Hey, you want to help me? You want to help me fucking sit down with an online casino and secure a $17,000 investment? What are you gonna do, Dan? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm here. I know how to knuckle them. I know how to knuckle them. No,
all I'm saying is you're like, oh, a year ago today, probably, you were like, oh, debate boxing. That's such a good idea. That's such a good idea, Danny.
Yes.
Now here we are, and you hate it, and you want to shift to hot dog boxing.
I would love to. I would listen. There's so, oh, Danny, you realize how many moving parts there is, Dan. I didn't realize how many moving parts there are. I never planned anything like this. There's the boxing coaches. There's the boxing judges. There's the equipment. There's the ring girls. There's the ring guards. There's the fucking. I need to get equipment in the ring so people can fucking debate. I need a projector. I need $25,000 in cash. Oh, what if the boxers need a purse? Oh, and by the way, Brian just booked a feature film, so I need a fourth opponent for Seth Haslett to fight against. But he needs somebody who's an experienced boxer because he's been boxing for years. He doesn't want to beat the fucking brakes off somebody.
No, he's really taking this seriously.
Oh, because I guess he's an experienced fighter, and like apparently experienced fighters shouldn't be fighting non-experienced fighters. I don't know, fucking something like that.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be you, exactly. So now I gotta talk to all these people because apparently all these things cost a ton of money, and they're like, please, could you give me a fucking dime? And they're all like, I can give you 3 cents if you put my goddamn logo on the mat. Oh.
Anyway.
It's like 20 hours of work a week. So much fucking work. It's insane.
Almost done.
Almost done. But that would be really funny if we did hot dog. Hot dog. It's like you
be throwing up.
It would be so funny though, because it's like, all right, the way that you would do it is there would be 10 hot dogs, right? There'd be 10 hot dogs. You'd have a minute between each round, and then whoever gets it's like, oh, cool. If you finish all 10 hot dogs, you get an additional 10 points.
Right.
However many hot dogs you eat, that's how many points you get added on.
Right.
And then trying to box. Imagine body shots. Third round, you got 8 hot dogs in you. I'm doing only body shots.
What if
you puke, you lose?
It's around a minute of boxing and hot dog eating until the hot dogs are all eaten.
What do you mean?
Until all 10 are gone. So theoretically, the boxing never has it's infinite rounds until there are no more hot dogs.
So wait, hold up. I'm confused. When are you eating the hot dogs?
In between the rounds.
Gotcha.
So it's like a minute of boxing, a minute of hot dog eating.
Gotcha.
On and off, on and off. And
until you're done with all 10 hot dogs.
Yeah, and whoever finishes 10 wins.
You're a fucking genius. You're a fucking, that's hilarious. Because here's the thing.
The boxing isn't scored. It's just to keep your opponent from wanting to eat.
It's just, that's hilarious. And if you throw up, you're out.
If you throw up, that adds 2 hot dogs onto your thing.
No. Oh my God, that's fucking awesome. I wish there was a way we could pitch that. Fuck, Danny, that's so funny. We need to make that happen.
After this does well, that's the next one. Every year, it's some new nightmare.
There's no way to make it anime, but I simply don't care. That's fucking genius. Okay.
And Steven, day one, was like, I'm not going to eat till I throw up.
You can't make me eat until I throw up. It's like, well, what if we put boxing gloves on you? Have you considered that? So yeah, my best boy's fathers. You got any news?
No.
Neither do I. All right, that brings me to our favorite part of the episode, Love Letters, where me and Danny pull our live audience to see if they have any questions that they want to get answered here live on the podcast. So if you guys have ever wanted to ask me and Danny a question live so you get the podcast 2 days early, or get 2 hours of additional Nick and Danny content a month, you can become a member on the Patreon for $4.99 a month. Danny, do you have any questions for us?
The Greek Weeb asks, in honor of Father's Day, who would you choose for your co-host's father to be?
Yes. Do you have an answer?
Do you have one?
I have an answer.
What's yours?
I would give you Isshin Kurosaki. He's a doctor. He's a loving father. He's always trying to spar with Ichigo. He's one of the more powerful Shinigami in the entire Bleach universe. And honestly, I feel like you needed a strong father figure in your childhood that you didn't get. And what I mean strong, I mean physically.
My dad's big.
I mean physically strong, Danny, because you grew up into a boy man, a man boy. A man-child. Man-boy-child.
What about any of this makes you feel like I'm not a man?
And I think you would have, before the concept of trying to inflict bodily harm on me as a motivation to work out, would have realized that walking 100 steps a day is bad for you if you had a father who was constantly trying to beat your shit up.
Right.
And also just a loving father who's a doctor. So a strong male presence in your life I thought would have been really, really good for you.
Wow, way to pick a dad that I don't know. That's very on brand for you.
Not true. There's plenty of fathers I would choose for myself over Ishin Kurosaki.
Yeah,
That's not true. I would.
For you, I would choose Maze Hughes because you never had a father. And I feel like some.
I'm kidding, Gambino. I'm giving you Gambino.
No, please,
I'm giving you Gambino. Yes.
I can't. No.
Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, have fun with Show Tucker, idiot.
Damn it! You can't have both. Which one? Gambino or Shao?
Oh, do I want you to be a dog or a man's hole?
Choose, bitch.
You get Shao Tucker.
Fine, then yours is Mr. Mime.
Oh. That's not his dad, and you know that.
That is his dad. That's his dad.
That's not
That's
fucking
canon, bitch.
That's not Ash's dad, and you know it. No, it's not. You don't know that Mr. Mime has a penis.
Well, that was Anime IRL.
Okay.
Wait.
Hold up.
That was Otakus Anonymous. I've been Danny. This has been Nick.
Okay.
What?
I'm Mr. Mime. I'm fucking Ash's mom. I gotta say it. She got a pussy that could snap a mine's penis off, dude. Like it fucking. Like, talk about mystery rooms. Oh, my goodness. That box goes crazy.
I regret this.
Yeah, you should have.
Dude, about time Mr. Mime got a podcast. I like the idea of just like...
Mime podcast?
Well, it's just like a Family Guy bit where Ash is like, I sure liked Mr. Mime a lot more before he started his podcast. And he's just got like a big cigar. And he's like, these vaccines, man, they're turning our kids autistic.
His wife in the corner, like 8 miles back with the tiniest little microphone. He's like, don't you talk. You sent out our 12-year-old to
you glued the pickle jar.
Oh, Mr. Mime, I love you. All right, we've been Otakus Anonymous. We love you very much. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the